Stoicism isn't self-help. It's not a podcast soundbite. It's not a tattoo quote for men who've never been tested. It's not something you discover on a motivational page at 2 a.m. and suddenly feel inspired about. It's a war manual written by emperors, soldiers, and slaves who faced real consequences for weakness. These weren't men sitting in comfort, talking about mindset. These were men who buried sons, lost empires, stood in chains, watched everything they built collapse, and still chose to be unbreakable. That is the standard. That is what you're measuring yourself against. Life will come for you. It doesn't care about your feelings, your plans, or your excuses. It doesn't care how hard you worked, how good your intentions were, or how unfair it seems. And when it hits, most men crumble. They fold under pressure, point fingers, and call it bad luck. They shrink. They complain. They wait for someone to rescue them. They build their whole identity around being a victim of their circumstances. That's not stoicism. That's cowardice dressed up in philosophy. Real stoicism is ruthless self-ownership. You take the hit. You don't flinch. You don't explain yourself to people who aren't in the arena with you. You control your response, not the outcome, not other people, not the system. Your response. That's it. That's the whole game. And most men will never understand that, because most men are too busy looking outward for someone to blame, instead of looking inward for the strength to move. And here's what nobody tells you. Stoicism doesn't make life easier. It makes you harder. It trains you to walk into chaos with clarity, to feel fear and move anyway, to lose everything and rebuild without needing anyone's sympathy, to sit in silence with your worst thoughts, your doubts, your regrets, your failures, and come out the other side sharper, not broken. That is not weakness. That is the work. The Stoics called it amor fati, love of fate, not tolerance, not acceptance, love. You don't just endure what life throws at you. You use it. You become it. Every failure, every betrayal, every door that slammed in your face, every moment you wanted to quit. That is your training ground. That is the fire that separates the men who talk from the men who are built. And you don't get to choose whether the fire comes. You only get to choose whether it forges you or destroys you. Marcus Aurelius ruled the most powerful empire on earth.